So here we are, doing another podcast, just two friends having a chat. My name is Rich.
I'm Jake.
What's funny already?
Just two friends, like you have to explain to them what a podcast is or what this podcast is.
Well, alright, okay, how would you start?
Okay, you ready?
Go on, yeah.
Hello everyone and welcome to our podcast.
That's crap, that is. No, I'm kidding. No, go on.
Did you say the C word on our podcast?
Yeah, but it's not a swear. That's not a swear word.
Is that not a swear word?
I don't think so.
I was always told not to say it as a child.
Well, yeah, okay.
3 or 4 saying that all the time.
Yeah,
not right.
maybe that's not a
Even
good
if
thing.
you are in the Midlands.
No, go on then, how would you
But
start
yeah,
off?
so hello and welcome. This is our podcast. My name is Jake.
And my name is Rich.
There you go. And then, there you go.
Well, then carry on.
Yeah, you don't have to tell them that there's two people talking, because they know that there's two
Well,
people.
yeah, it's just a not alright.
And we're not friends, so.
You just like to rain on my parade.
Absolutely love it.
I'm kidding. It's hard though, isn't it? Anyway, we've not done one of these for a while. You alright?
Yes. Yeah, I'm alright.
Alright,
I
just-
actually haven't seen you in a while.
I know.
It's been weird.
What's it been, 10 minutes?
10 minutes?
20 minutes?
Yeah, I closed my eyes, like when I blinked, it was like, oh, where are you?
There he is.
I didn't like it. It wasn't a world without you for a while.
Aww.
It was weird, because
Yeah.
for the first time I've been busy in my life.
Oh, and I have been unbusy.
Horrendously unbusy.
Well, I've been doing bits and bobs, little
Yeah.
jobs here and there, but otherwise I'm completely self-unemployed.
yeah, you've been a paper boy.
I was,
Like back in like the roaring 20s. You know when they're like extra like that.
it wasn't
Standing on
as
a street
good as
corner
that.
with one of those caps on.
What?
You know,
What caps?
like the dirty coal boys. Like they.
Like Oliver Twist?
Yeah. But like mine was a New York accent, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to bother to attempt accents. I don't get my own accent right half the time.
Mine wasn't a very good one, so don't
Oh,
worry.
okay. But yeah, I was handing out newspapers in London. That was soul destroying. For want of a better word. I was stood there and it's like, do you ever... It hit me. I had a paper round as a child. Well, not as a child, as a teenager.
Yeah.
I used to go around in my pushchair.
on that 3 week the trikes.
Yeah. No, I can remember cheating and getting driven around a couple of times with my paper round
I don't
as well.
know anybody who actually did a paper round properly.
Most
on
of the
their
time I
bike. I don't believe you.
No, I did, I swear. I had an accident on my bike doing a paper round once.
A bicycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pushed up like a push bike.
Yeah.
Why'd you call it a push bike?
I don't.
You ride it, you don't push it.
I call it a bicycle.
But anyway, so I was like 14, right, and I used to deliver these papers to these houses. And for about a week, I can remember just looking up at this one window and seeing this girl of a similar age, like, looking out the window. And this happened like, yeah, exactly, and I'm like, oh, this is a romantic idea.
Yeah, that's
Believe
Romeo
me.
and Juliet sort of thing.
But exactly, except the romance is going to go right out the window in a minute. Because it was winter, and like for 3 or 4 days I'm looking as if the winter. I don't know why I'm looking at the
You
ceiling
are
in here
looking
now.
up there.
I keep looking. I'm acting it out.
Well,
That's how enthralled I was.
Yeah.
A what?
You're a thespian.
I'm sorry. I thought you got a list. Yeah, so anyway,
Yeah.
I looked up at this window every day while delivering my papers. Quite a romantic idea. And could see her in the window. She wasn't always looking out, but she would always seem to be there, until one day I noticed she was looking. But she happened to be looking at me as I went over a patch of ice.
Oh no.
And my bike just went from under
Straight
me.
from underneath
Yeah.
you, right in front of this mystical, mysterious girl.
Yeah, well, yeah, as Peter Andre would put it, yeah. But after that, I never saw her in the window again.
No, I can imagine she was probably looking out of another window at another boy who can actually ride a bike.
Yeah, probably. That's
Yeah.
made me quite sad now.
Well, you know. If it was following down the Romeo and Juliet path, you would have ended up getting married and killing yourself within 3 days, so...
So actually falling off my bike wasn't a bad
Probably
deal.
the best decision you've ever made.
I had another time I fell off my bike. This was this was a kid. I don't ride a bike anymore.
No.
Not that I've forgotten. You never forget how to ride a bike. Apparently.
Yeah.
But so I used to ride to school with two of my mates when we were at school, and we were going down this hill. Again, it was ice. Ice was the problem.
Ice
it was
is
in
always
winter.
a problem
yeah,
with a bike, yeah.
Exactly. So we're going down this hill, and it went down to a T-junction, and you could go left and right, and the school was there. So we're going down, and I can't remember what order this happened in, but one of us was going down, hit the ice. I think it was me. I think I went first. My front wheel went, and I ended up on the floor. My mate was laughing at me as he came down the hill behind me. Then the same happened to him, and the same happened to the third friend as well. And before we know it, we're in front of about 150 people that we all go to school with. Just 3 of us mangled in the middle of these bikes.
Oh my god!
I just wanted to cry.
I've done that before. Biking home. Biking? Yeah, biking
Yeah.
home.
Push biking home.
Push biking home. Obviously. And I got to a road.
Yeah.
But it wasn't my bike. I was borrowing the bike, and then the left brakes didn't work. Right.
Yeah.
That was a bit worrying. But then I was like, the right brakes definitely do, because I
Which one's the
stopped.
right, the front or the back? Can you remember?
The front was it was right as front.
Hey, you don't want to slam that one too hard.
Well, I didn't realise how sensitive they were, right?
Right.
So I'm coming up to this thing, and I was like, I'm just going to put them on now. Obviously, I didn't think all this through, like, so methodically. Like, I'm going to do this now, and then do this, and I'm going to slow down. I thought, right, I'm going to put my hand on the brake, and it just stopped the wheel dead.
Oh,
right? And I was
sugar.
going at about 10, 15 miles an hour, so it just went, poof, and I went flying over the top.
Oh, no.
In front of all these cars, and everyone's honking and winding down the windows, and like,
What, you mean nobody stopped to help you?
No, of course they didn't. I might have smashed all my teeth out. I mean, they were like sticking out at 90-degree angles.
Oh, no.
So,
What,
yeah.
because of the accident?
No, I was just horrendously ugly.
What, that's just how you develop?
Yeah, welcome to my life.
Well, I must say, without sounding weird, you have blossomed.
Well, thank you into the young rose I am today.
Alright, let's not push it.
Young.
Let's not push it.
No, I'm still young-ish.
At least one of us is.
It takes me 2 days to get over a hangover now. Do you
What's
know
one of
that?
them? I don't go out anymore
No.
to have a hangover.
What's a social life?
It's just me.
The outside scares you now. You're like Gollum, you know, when he goes for oh, you don't know.
No, I don't watch
You're
Lord of the Rings.
literally the most uncultured person. Anyway.
Uncultured? That's a bit unfair.
Fly.
I went to the Lord of the Rings. I went to see the third one in the cinema.
I've not seen the first or second.
I think I'd watched I hadn't seen the first one.
Uh-huh.
I watched the second one, but it was so long, so we stopped to play badminton in the middle, as you do. This is a true story. And then I went to see the
like
third
sacrilege.
one.
It's
I know.
sacrilege.
I went to see the third one and fell asleep. Woke up. There was a group of us, and the girl I was sat next to, I said, "Oh, have I missed anything?" And she went, "Have you watched the first 2 movies?" I went, "Not really." She went, "You probably missed about 6 hours then."
Yeah.
It's not my cup
That's
of tea.
terrible. That's
Never mind.
terrible. Well, yeah, they've got all the Hobbits on Netflix now.
Is that how you have to pronounce
Yeah,
it?
it's like
Netflix.
Netflix.
Right.
That's actually how it's pronounced.
Other services are available.
But yeah, like I was thinking earlier, like the
Yeah.
best thing about Netflix
Yeah.
is obviously everybody has Netflix. They've got great stuff on there, but
Yeah.
the best thing is no adverts, right?
Yeah.
Because I was watching, I after having Netflix for so long and having other stuff and watching other stuff, I finally went back to like proper television. And then you have to suffer through 5 minutes of adverts, right? And not only adverts, but some of the worst written pieces of like script I've ever known in my whole entire life. Like you think of an advert and you think, well, who wrote this? How is this acceptable? Who said, you know, for example, the only one I can really think of that winds me up still, even though they took him off because he was absolutely
Go on.
destroying people, right?
Can you sing
Go
it?
Compare.
I knew that was the one coming.
Well, it's just because, and they've done a good job because I've remembered it, right?
Yeah,
but
it's worked.
The fact is, he annoyed people so much, right? So they took him away, and they brought him back.
Yeah.
But before they took him away, the adverts were slowly starting to get better, right? Because
Right.
they were starting to take the mick a little bit, and he was unemployed and nobody liked him, and that was kind of pathetic, and it was kind of funny.
You're almost describing my life right
Exactly, right? And then they took him away.
Yeah.
And then everybody was like, oh, yeah. And then they brought him back, and the adverts are now twice as bad as the actual original adverts.
I'm not sure
The
I've seen them
writing
all.
in them.
now. Right.
And it's just, you just think, who says, wow, you have nailed it. What we need is a guy driving a taxi, right, in a really horrendous broad Cockney accent, right?
Can you act this advert
Well,
out
he's
right
like,
now?
oh, what I need is a car insurance, the blah blah blah, right? he's absolutely hamming it up, and then
Right.
the fat idiot is in the back, and he's like, ooh, like sort of like, haha, he's gonna get a real shock when I start to sing this song, which gives me a
Were you gonna sing it then?
brain hemorrhage. No, I'm
Right.
never ever gonna sing it, but
God,
and
you
then-
really don't like this advert.
it's so annoying because then as he starts to sing, the guy goes, oh, fantastic. Right? And it's like, what on earth are you doing? Like, how do you think? Who thinks that's good? Who sits in a boardroom? Everybody's sitting in a boardroom and goes, "That is fantastic. That is brilliant. That is a solid gold piece of advertisement there." And like that woman with the injury lawyers.
Oh, don't get me started on them.
Malarkey. Like the woman with the horrendous fringe. Do you remember back in the day?
She slipped on the water.
Yeah, and like that was a horrible sound. Actually, that sort of went through me a little bit when she.
I don't remember a sound
when
in
she
it.
hit a knee on the marble floor.
Yeah,
went right through me. But they're just such bad acting, and she's sitting there, sort of not looking at the camera, horrible fringe, kind of big, and like just going, "Yeah, I really suffered falling over at work." It's like, God, get some bloody, I don't know, just.
Just get something.
Do something good. Like, do you remember the Aldi adverts? They were great.
The Aldi. Oh yeah.
He one of my favourites was my husband likes
this orange juice.
This orange juice. He also likes this orange juice. I like gin.
Yeah, I like that one.
Brilliant. Like that is good writing. That's good. And I remembered that as well. So it doesn't have to be terrible to be memorable.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And it annoys me. And I thought, like, watching all these like online things now, because I'm getting into the gist of watching stuff online.
Look at you getting all trendy
21st
and
century, man.
I'm still on VHS.
Yeah.
Betamax, I watch.
You have to rewind it before you. Did you ever have one of those tape rewinders? The VHS
tape
rewinders.
What?
So you didn't have to either put it in, rewind it, or
What,
rewind
like
it
a
yourself.
drill type thing?
Yeah, and it drills.
Really?
It goes backwards. Yeah, and it rewinds.
How have I
it.
never heard of this?
Because there's no point in them. They're the most pointless thing.
The machine does it for you.
All you do, is just press stop and rewind, and it goes really fast.
I can remember doing the same with cassette tapes though. But I was, I used to have
you
a
had
lot of
little
cassette
one for them
tapes
as well.
I used to use a pencil.
Yeah,
I used to put a pencil through it
Yeah.
and then spin it like a lasso until it had
Does that
rewound
work?
itself. Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh my
you think
God.
about it, you're
Yeah,
spinning
yeah.
this tape as quick as you can. But I may have acted out being a cowboy while doing it.
Well, of course, I don't think you can ever have a lasso or a make-believe lasso.
Yeah, but this
and
is a
not
pencil and a
think-
plastic tape cassette. It wasn't quite the design effect I was going for.
not the cowboys I've seen in the films. Anyway,
No.
Clint Eastwood would be rolling in his grave if he was in one.
Yeah,
He's still alive.
He's still alive.
Did you know he was in the war?
What?
He was in one of the wars anyway. He crash landed in a plane.
What, in the
Clint Eastwood?
In the actual
Yeah,
war?
and swam like so many miles to get to the shore. He's quite an incredible person.
That is pretty
But
impressive.
then I've seen him in Gran Torino and he's just a massive racist. I just think
Something else to get you
it's
annoyed
like
about.
you wrote this film, Clint Eastwood, and you've made yourself a racist.
Oh, that's bad.
And it's like, so he can do the big reveal at the end, like I'm not a racist, but it's like, come on.
See, my dad loves the Clint Eastwood Western films. He's got them all on DVD.
Yeah.
And like, I would love to sit down and watch one of them with him. I'd love to, like, I quite like the Western ones, what I've seen of them, but watching it with my dad, and I don't know if your parents are like this, my dad will say the lines just before Clint Eastwood is about to say it.
God. My sister is the worst for that. Like in comedies as well, you're waiting for the comedy line.
And they
They
give you
all
the
know it's
punchline.
coming and they do it. And but I did that with Signs once, right? I watched the film Signs, the alien film.
Oh, I thought you meant like road signs.
Yeah. Stop!
Merge!
But like, I did it with the alien thing, and I found myself then so annoying, and I thought I will refuse to do this from now on. So I then drew a line.
You see, I've got a memory like a fish, so it, like,
Yeah,
and you name films, I have not seen them.
yeah. Well,
Always.
yes.
I'm terrible with
I've
films.
spent
I'm
enough-
trying to get better.
I've
I am
spent enough
trying.
time with you to know that, you don't know.
I've got the Rocky box set to watch.
Yeah, so still,
But I've had it for 2 weeks and it's still on the shelf.
Yeah, I think you can save them for when you're on your own, I reckon.
Oh, do you not like them?
I like Rocky. I like the one with Dragunov in it. But
Yeah. I ain't got a clue.
the big Soviet, the one who's in Expendables.
Oh, right. Oh, Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah. What? Potato, whatever.
Same thing in it.
Um,
But yeah,
Yeah, so maybe I'm going to go watch them now.
all
right.
fine,
Well-
whatever. But happy Easter.
No, do you know what?
Oh,
You didn't like the way I started this, so you can finish
all
it
right,
off.
fantastic.
Go on.
Are you ready for this? Bye.
Thanks for listening. Give us a like and a subscribe on YouTube.
Have
Thank
a
you very much.
wonderful week and happy Easter once again.
Always got to get that last word in there, haven't you?
Cheers.